Hello, boys and girls. It's Carlos from 875 FM1, and welcome to JUAN ON1 hashtag One Step Forward. Previously, we had Parangal, Bayanihan at Samahan, an online concert series which paid tribute to our brave and selfless frontliners. This time around, we're showing our appreciation to our homeliners. Yes, you staying at home, just staying put, and doing your best to help flatten that curve. And I know it can be stressful, but don't you worry, because we got you. So we're still shining the light on all of our talented and brilliant Filipino artists from all over the country. They've managed to help uplift our spirits, bring joy to our hearts, and basically turn those frowns upside down. And sometimes, that's what you need the most. This special is brought to us by the Philippine Broadcasting Service, the stations under them, which are FM1, FM1 Davao, Capital FM2, Radyo Pilipinas 1, and Radyo Pilipinas 2. So as we get things started, allow me to introduce today's artists. They are an electronic pop duo consisting of music producer Carlyle Tabanera and singer-songwriter Relden Campanilla. They released their debut single Morning on May 2018, and since then, it's been a really wild ride. So boys and girls, riding shotgun today, we have Relden Campanilla from Route 83. Yes, thank you so much for being here with us.
Hello, everyone.
All right.
Yes, thank you so much for inviting, or me rather.
So is everything good for you and both for you and Carlyle? Everything okay?
Yeah, everything is doing fine, actually.
Okay. All right. Okay, cool. So don't you worry, this is gonna be very simple, very direct to the point, not too difficult, I hope. All right. So we're just gonna keep things really chill. All right. Everything's gonna be fun. All right.
You're making it sound like it's a job interview. You're making me nervous by saying do not be nervous.
Well, future prospects could, But anywho, okay, we're gonna kick things off with 5 questions, and then later on we're gonna talk about 5 facts about Route 83. Okay, so just plain and simple, we're gonna go over everything as we do. Okay, all right. So let's start off with the questions. So are you ready for all these questions? These probably controversial questions.
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
So, curious question number 1. How did you come up with the name of your duo, Route 83?
Route 83. Route comes from the word calle. It's where we met. Because we actually went to the same high school, but we didn't say hi to each other. It's like we never existed. So we just met a few years when Carlyle recorded My Friend. So not me. I didn't know I could sing back then. Like 2 years ago, I didn't know I could sing. So 83 is a lucky number. If you write it, 8 is going up and 3 is going up as well. So it's kind of like a Chinese thing, even though I'm barely Chinese. Yeah.
Okay, so
there's that.
All right, so that's it. I never would have thought. I just figured it might have been a place of some, and that's it. That's what I think. But interesting.
Yeah, but the thing is, I think it does not exist here in the Philippines. There's no Route 83, but it's cool that we're here. So there's Route 83.
Okay, thank you. So, second curious question. How exactly would you describe your music? Now I know the genre is electronic pop, but like your own personal description, how would you describe it?
It's an experimental alternative pop because sometimes we lean to kind of R&B influences and sometimes it's fully pop, and there's a song that kind of sounds like a little bit rock. So it's if there's one word to describe it, it's experimental.
Okay.
Not a lot of Filipino music sounds like our song. I believe so.
Okay, nice. So that brings me to our third curious question. Could you possibly walk us through the creative process of Route 83?
It's wait, let me think, because
Hmm.
it's different. I'll just explain it case to case basis
Okay,
because it's
sure. No,
different.
no problem.
A lot of times it is. Sometimes Carlisle would send me a demo and I would
Hmm.
write over it.
Okay.
And sometimes I would create a loop of music and then
Mhm.
I would send him the demo with my written song and vocals. And sometimes we we do it together, like find sounds and create a song together. And sometimes I write it with an instrument. So it's always very different. But most likely it's just me and him back and forth, giving out each other ideas. So that's our process.
Okay, so that really ties into the whole experimental part, right? Because lots of ideas being thrown
Yeah.
in. Yeah, so and it really does
Mm-hmm.
it does show, or you can hear it in the music. There are a lot of thoughts and feelings going into it, and that's actually, it's really nice, honestly. And you're right, there's, yeah, not much of that going around, so cool. Okay. Right, so
Thank you.
you're welcome. Fourth curious question. Now, if not one half of Route 83, what do you think you'd be doing now?
I don't know.
Like any
Wait,
other
let me think.
childhood
Probably,
dream jobs?
probably. When I was younger, I wanted to be a doctor, and then when I grew up, I wanted to be a CEO. But then I was
Ooh.
thinking, nah, I really can't do long hours. So there was a time that I was working as a DJ here in Cebu,
Mhm.
and then I decided to go full time with music. So I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do. So I really couldn't, it's hard for me to picture myself doing something else, but I think it's gonna be somebody on TV, being a reporter or a host or something like that. I don't know. I'm not sure as well.
That's an interesting jump though, like from doctor to CEO to to recording artist. That's
Yeah, yeah.
but you know,
There was a point where I just wanted to join YouTube. Like, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. But I don't. I feel like I'm too lazy for that.
does involve a lot of production and a lot of things happening. So all
Yeah.
right, yeah, but still,
Mm-mm.
aren't you glad that you reached the point of no return, which is becoming Route 83? Diba?
Yes, it is a risk, especially in the Philippines. Not a lot of people take you seriously if you say, "Oh, I'm a full-time musician."
Mm,
But you just gotta just stick to it and be take the risk.
okay. All right. So we're on to our last question for now. Now, don't worry, I got clearance
Wow.
from the higher ups. This is very controversial, very, very spicy, sensational
Oh my
question.
goodness.
All right. So I really hope you're ready
What
for
is
this.
that?
Okay. So now, pineapple on
Mhm.
pizza, yes or no?
A lot of people are gonna hate me for this, but pineapple on pizzas. I love Hawaiian pizzas. Oh my goodness.
Yes, yes, thank you. Because pizza
You
is
can't.
pizza,
Nobody can argue with that.
diba?
Yeah. If you
Pizza's
don't like
pizza.
the pineapple, then don't argue with me. Just don't eat it and give it to me.
Yes, we don't discriminate in this particular case. Okay, so
Yeah.
thank you,
Thank you.
thank you for thank you for answering yes, and thank you for answering all the questions. So now we're gonna move on to 5 different facts about Route 83. Okay, so first fact: Route 83 is from Cebu.
Yeah. A lot of people would say like if they listen to our English songs because some of our songs are Bisaya and some are Bisaya and English. One is Tagalog and most of it are English. So they'd
Mhm.
be like, "Oh, you're from Cebu? It's so good. You don't sound like you're from Cebu or like you're from the Philippines." And I'm like, "Yeah, we speak English here too."
Okay, so it does come as a surprise,
So
also.
yeah,
Okay, also you
you're
write
from Cebu.
and produce for other artists.
Yes, we do. We kind of do it for a living, and
Mhm.
most of them are local, like here in Cebu. But there's one that we did for Billy Crawford. I'm not sure if you've heard of it,
Mhm.
but the title is Halika Na. And that was the first song I wrote in Tagalog, and I was really proud because it's the second song I wrote ever.
Okay, nice.
Mhm.
Okay, so now it says that you're both introverts 99% of the time.
Yes, we are. If social media introvert, is that a thing? Because I think
Yeah.
we're that type of people. We're not so good with communicating with people online, like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We find it so difficult for us to connect through the internet. But when it comes to like live shows and interviews and we
Mm,
talk to people, it's very easy for us. So it's we're kind of social media introvert.
okay, bit
If
half.
that's a thing. Let's
Yeah,
make that
bit
a
half
thing.
and half. Yeah, that's nice though. Yeah,
Hmm.
at least there's one element of the other. Okay, so you both
Yeah.
attended the same high school, but only met years later. You mentioned that a while ago, diba? Mm-hmm.
Yes. I am batchmates with Carlisle's sister.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually went to their house, but he never said hi. We never even talked. There was no conversation at all. It's like we never existed.
Mm.
But then, a few years later we met. We re-met. That's
Okay.
our term all the time when we're asked. We re-met a few years after.
Okay, and the rest is history. Also, you
Yeah.
you record all of your tracks at home.
Yes, we do. All of our songs from the very first one up until to our EP and the future songs, we're still planning to record it at home because it's super easy. Like I've got my microphone here. It has a sock on it because it's easier to
Okay.
filter and make it more nice.
Okay. Right. So thank you for answering those questions and verifying those facts. Okay, you guys heard it straight from Route 83. There's no more need to verify. Okay. So now we're gonna go on to your first song. I gotta say it has a very intriguing title, very mysterious, very minimalist. So before we play it, could you tell us a little something about it?
It is. It is. It's if you're not Cebuano, it's hard to understand the song, but
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of like just asking the person what unsaman or like what are we really, because some like in this generation a lot of people go out with someone and then they don't really make it clear what they are, so that's kind of the song basically about that.
Okay. So maraming tatamaan sa song na to. Okay. Okay. Right. So thank you, Relden, for telling us what is all about and what's the inspiration behind what. Okay. So boys and girls,
But
here's Route 83 with What.
Open my doors, there's one more. I haven't let anyone in. Heart so torn, things you've done. Haven't left questioning. Face so dark, wounded arms. Didn't know what's caving in. But I know I gave you it. But I know I gave you all. I don't know I'm bored anymore. Repeat the cycle. You're making it harder to let go. I don't even know how this would go. Oh. I know that I should've known better. You're making me dark and I better. When I ask you where we are, all you say to me is. When I ask you where we are, all you say to me is. When I ask you where we are, all you say to me is. Hi, oh, summer. Hi, oh, summer. Kay wala ko kay bao kung nasa ni padong. Uwa ko kasagang sa imong giingon. Apan dagong sayo kay nganong dili klaron. Kada pangutana sige ra kag ha 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 unsa man ha ha unsa man
So welcome back to Juan on One, hashtag One Step Forward, where we show our appreciation to all the homeliners. That means you guys staying put and doing your best in flattening the curve. This one's for you. And we are back with Relden from Route 83. Hello again. Yes, welcome back.
Hello again, everyone.
It's been ages. Yeah. Okay. Again, thank you for being here with us and putting up with me. Yeah, my bosses appreciate it as well. And so now we have a few more questions. Now these ones aren't going to be as hard-hitting and controversial as a while ago. Yeah, but they're more about curiosity. Right? So, are you ready for these next following questions?
Yes, I think I am.
Okay. So, first of all, how is this quarantine treating you?
To be quite honest, it feels super normal to me because most of the time I'm just at home. It's like my day-to-day routine, just at home, making music and all that. So it's basically just my normal, and it's a funny thing because it's everybody's new normal now.
Okay, so the introvert factor kicks in a little bit, huh?
Yeah, and I'm kind of like, why is everybody at home? I'm the only one who's supposed to be at home, but everybody's here now, so you gotta deal with that.
Makapanggulo kayo sa sa creative process ko. Ayan. Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. So aside from that, aside from the of course creating music and everything, are there other things that you're doing right now during quarantine? Some things that are new?
Yeah, I'm trying to learn to cook.
Oh.
I am guided by my mom because she's a great cook. And sometimes I read books. Most of the time, we just watch movies. And also, very recently, I decided to be serious in learning piano because I bought one last year and I never really touched it. But right now, so I'm learning more instruments to add to my skill set.
Oh, nice. So
I'm very productive now. It's quarantine.
Some new tracks with piano in it. Can't wait. Okay, so given that, what are your plans for the new normal after quarantine when that happens?
Still do the same thing every day, but not go out so much because even though, there's going to be a new normal, even though no matter how careful you are, this is what I'm trying to say, just like driving on the road, no matter how good of a driver you are, no matter how careful you are, there are still going to be crazy drivers who's going to cause you trouble on the street. So it's the same thing with the new normal. Even though you're super careful, you don't know who's going to cuff in front of you or touch you perhaps, So just be cautious and make it a norm to respect everybody's bubble and don't go 1 meter close.
Okay, safety first, always. Okay, so there have been a wave of efforts recently to help frontliners and those in need through donation drives and such, and these can be done from the safety of your home. So, have you personally participated in these particular efforts or in any way?
Yes, fortunate enough that Sir Jude Gitamundok, the head
Mhm.
of Kadasig, made us part of the Cebu Backliners fundraising. It's kind of like we, the people who stay at home, we're the backliners. We're the ones who help the frontliners. So we helped in the campaign raising money with a song. It's called Ipanumpa Ko by Okaraga, and it was revamped by a lot of artists. Anna Feji was there,
Mm,
Rocky Vega, Kurt Thick, Jackie Chang. There were a lot of Cebu artists who
nice.
participated in that. And I'm very proud that Cebu Backliners reached 404,000, and their goal was 600,000 plus to raise more money for the procurement of PPEs for our frontliners, because there was a time that there was a shortage, right? So we were able to give naman to the frontliners their PPEs. So it was really great. It was a great experience to be part of the lineup to help in that campaign.
Okay, awesome. We all have to help in any way that we could, and thank you for that as well. All right, so what piece of advice would you give to those who are battling with restlessness and stress during this quarantine?
Do not do nothing. Because if you get used to not doing anything, falling asleep is so hard for you. It's like you don't even know how to sleep. So make sure you that's true. So make sure
I
you
know,
get up every
I
day,
know.
even though you just stare at the wall and not do anything. Just stare at the wall for 5 minutes and walk to your sala and go back. Just get up. Don't get eaten up by your boredom.
Okay, right, exactly. And have you been working out? Yeah, that's the question.
Of
Have you
course.
have you been
Wow,
working
very proud.
out?
Very proud, of course. No, really. You know how some people they drink when they want their headspace, or
Mhm.
like they want their time. Working out is kind of the same thing for me. I like to work out when I feel sad to
Mhm.
start off my day positive. So that's what I do. I'm not the most fit person, but I know that it helps me. So everybody who's watching now, you should do it as well.
Yeah, I should probably also as well. So thank you for that tip. I will keep that in mind. I can't eat too much in this situation. All right. So what new realizations or discoveries or epiphanies have you been able to make or did you have during this quarantine? Anything new that you realized or discovered?
I discovered. Let me think. Give me a few seconds.
Okay, sure.
Probably, probably the ability, like just like I said, I just started working out, so I didn't know I
Mm.
could do these. I didn't know I was enough to do that, but now I realize that I am. So before I was just like, I can't do that. I have a lot of excuses, but right now it's like the part of myself that I discovered that I really do like exercise. I could not believe it because I love eating. But then the more that you exercise, the more there's room for you to eat. So that's the one thing that I discovered for myself. I enjoy exercising.
Okay, I am taking note of everything, especially the exercising. Thank you so much. So, how do you think this entire situation will specifically affect the music industry?
It greatly affects the music
Mm-hmm.
industry, especially those full-time musicians, because we full-time musicians, we get our income through doing shows, live gigs, and all that. And now that everybody is going online, it's kind of hard to equate whatever you're earning before when you can do live shows. So it's really gonna affect the entire music industry until we get to adapt and find something that could work for us. Because it's really hard, you can't replace or replicate exactly your live performances. I mean, I could be jumping here singing to you, but you could not feel the floor bouncing, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of that. So I don't know how to deal with that yet, but we're willing to adapt to give out our music out there.
Okay. So, sino mga local artists ang pinapakinggan ninyo right now?
It's very funny because
Mm-hmm.
our sound is super electronic and super in and super very, even though we're talking about the topic of our song is something very sad, we still managed to make it very danceable. But we listen to, I'm representing the entirety of Route 82, but we listen to Arthur Neri if I'm super sad, and December Avenue.
Okay.
And if I want to feel experimental, it's Four of Spades. And when I want to feel myself, I listen to a lot of Casey Tandingan because she's so good. She's I want to meet her someday and say, I listen to you and you inspire me. But there's also one artist from Cebu that I really love listening to. If you haven't heard of him, Ferdinand Aragon, he is so good. And if you don't know him, boy,
Yeah,
you should check him
I think
out.
you collaborated with him in a song.
So good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And a lot of his songs, apart from our collaboration, is super good. It's tagos sa puso. That's the term.
Right. Feels. Taking note of the feels aside from the working out. Yeah. Body and soul, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you so much for answering those questions. And thank you, Reldon, for being a part of Juan on One, hashtag One Step Forward. I really enjoyed the answers to the questions. I learned a lot personally. Okay. It was an honor and a
Thank you
privilege.
for inviting-
Yes.
Thank
To-
you. Thank you for having me. Thank
to
you
talk to you
so
today.
much.
Okay, and of course, to hear your music, which I'm sure the homeliners will appreciate as well. And I'm pretty sure that they're going to be fanboying all over it as I have been.
I
Also.
hope.
Okay. So is there any
I hope so.
Okay, is there anything that you want to say to our listeners and those watching us live? Like how they can reach you or how they can listen to your music?
Well, we really love making music for you guys, so it is nice enough if you listen to our stuff. You can search for us everywhere. That's Route 83 Music, ROUTE 83 Music, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Spotify, YouTube, everywhere. That's just that. You can search that.
Okay, right. So, boys and girls, remember to continue showing support to our local artists by going to their sites, their social media pages, as Weldon mentioned a while ago. Keep on listening to and sharing their music, their songs, and yes, do keep sliding into our DMs to request for all of their songs. So we can still help in fighting the virus from the safety of our homes. So please don't go out unless necessary. And if you have to, please always stay safe. So, gotta say that trip through 83 was pretty sweet. So, now that all of you have gotten to know Route 83 a little bit more, listen to their music on our stations. Promise, it's gonna be absolute treat. Okay? So,
Thank you.
please do check them out. Now, thank you once again to the Philippine Broadcasting Service, FM1, FM1 Davao, Capital FM2, Radyo Pilipinas 1, and Radyo Pilipinas 2 for making all of this happen. And we're wrapping things up with one of Route 83's latest songs. So please tell us more about it, Reldon, before we play your song.
It's entitled Paper Cut, and ghosting has been a culture right now. So you're enjoying your time with someone, and then suddenly they just leave without telling you. So it's kind of like just leaving a note, hey, I'm leaving you, and really not telling them. And it hurts like a paper cut because it kind of makes you feel like you're in pain, but it's not that painful, and it feels intense. That's why it's called that.
Okay. Right, so they're bringing the feels again one more time. Boys and girls from their EP, It's Getting Dark, Route 83 with Paper Cut.
I've been laying in bed, thinking about the times you left me hanging, and I can't blame you for anything. I've been blaming myself for the things that you did. I kept hurting, and I didn't know what was happening. And I can smell your letter on my fingertips. Why? You say it on the paper and not through your lips. So it used to hurt like hell, but now, baby, really feel it now. Got me like, oh, oh, oh. You never really cared so well. So now I'm going to say it loud. You're just a paper cut. It hurts but not so much. You're just a paper cut. It hurts but not so much. I've been waiting for you, but you never came or called, not one time. So I'm guessing it was over then. And I heard the news, you were out with her, not one but many nights. So I had to break it to myself. And I can smell your letter on my fingertips. Why did you say it on the paper and not through your lips? So oh, 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 it used to hurt like hell, but now, baby, really feel it now. Got me thinking like, oh, 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 you never really cared so well. So now I'm going to say it loud. You're just a paper cut. It hurts but not so much. No, no. You're just a paper cut. Look at what you've done to me. It hurts but not so much. You're just a paper cut. It hurts but not so much. You're just a paper cut. It hurts but not so much. And I can smell your letter on my fingertips. Why did you say it on the paper and I through your lips? So oh, 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 it used to hurt like hell, but now, baby, you really feel it now.